Welcome back to another video. It is Monday afternoon. I'm putting myself through some exposure therapy of actually filming outside of the house. It's comp week. I am 6 days out from comp. I compete Sunday. I had my check-in with my coach this morning to go over the game plan for making weight. So over the weekend, I was very low 85s. As usual, I was a little bit heavier today. Usually during the week, I sit about half a kilo heavier. So I was 85.7 kilograms this morning. I compete in the under 84 weight class for anyone that doesn't know. By the time this video comes out, comp will be complete. I've just had my nails done, a little work break to get my nails done, matching the colour of my new singlet that will all have been revealed by the time the video comes out. After watching Sheffield, I absolutely loved is it Resolve, the green SBD singlet. I think I saw Alba in it, and I think Emil Norling wore it as well. And until that, I hadn't ever really liked it that much. And I was like, do you know what? Let's just order it and try it. I never buy new singlets either. They're always on Vinted. And to be honest, even then, I don't really buy new ones. So I thought I'd treat myself. And yeah, my nail match, which I've been super stressed lately. And my nails have taken the brunt of that. I am a nail biter, and I started getting my nails done a few months ago because of the fact I was biting them to the point where I was in agony all the time, like genuine pain all the time. And I decided to just start getting my nails done again, because when I got them done when I was younger, that was the only time I didn't bite them. And I have stopped biting them, but when I'm stressed or when I'm concentrating for long periods of time at my desk, my hand is in my mouth and I'm like kind of just picking at them, and they keep getting destroyed basically. So they're super short at the moment, in hopes that I can just grow them and get them healthy again, because currently the motto is stress does not exist in my world. And it's silly because the stuff I've been getting stressed about isn't even like bad things or even worth stressing over. I put so much pressure on myself to kind of expand what I'm doing in terms of like business and everything, and I'm someone that needs to do everything instantly. Like, that is definitely, my brain works in that way. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself to get way more done than I need to, instead of just spacing tasks out. Having said that, I need to get back and do some more work. I don't think there's any major updates. In terms of the plan for the cut, we are currently going with a pretty easy breezy gut cut, just cutting fibre Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, keeping macros pretty much the same. So around, I think it's 220-ish grams of carbs, 150 protein, maybe 145, somewhere between there. It might even be like 148 or something in between. And 50 grams of fat are the rough macro targets this week. Up until Wednesday, I'll keep my fibre pretty normal, which for me is close to 30 grams, sometimes over. It's actually been a little bit low recently for me, to be honest. Usually I'm like 35 to 40, but I've been more like 25 to 30 lately. But I'm just kind of keeping fibre up until Thursday. And then Thursday, we are straight gut cut. We have plenty of options to manipulate stuff as well, because my coach has asked me to just consume a little bit extra fluid over the next few days. So normally I drink about 4 litres. We're going to go up to like 5 to 6 roughly, just so we've got a little bit more scope to work with. And if my weight for some reason starts to shoot up again, which it shouldn't do because I am not stressed, I'm calm. If my weight does start to shoot up for whatever reason, we have plenty of things we can manipulate, such as lowering carbs and increasing fats to mitigate the drop in carbs and stuff like that. Basically, there's so much scope to adjust things, and currently we've got a pretty easy breezy plan. Probably wake up on the day and have to do maybe 1 or 2 rounds of hot bathing at most, but obviously I'll keep you guys in the loop of what I end up doing. But the week is looking pretty calm. Work-wise, I have got a lot to get done today, but I like to have a long Monday work day because it does then help the rest of the week be a little bit calmer. Mondays are also my main like nutrition check-in day, so I do keep up with comms with all of my powerlifting clients on a Monday as well. But Mondays are priority nutrition check-ins. If there's any overflow like powerlifting programs, training blocks that need to be done ready for Tuesday, like I think I've got 1 more I need to do tonight because most of them I got done yesterday or Friday. But Mondays are now also going to be editing days, because Tuesdays, Wednesdays, because I also train on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, generally speaking, they are busy days where I don't have as much desk time. So if I just overload myself on a Monday, when I say that, I will still be logged off in a reasonable hour because I also have to do a food shop tonight ahead of my gut cut and everything. But yeah, basically making Monday a slightly longer work day. But by having my nails done in the middle of the day, it does force me to take a little bit of a break. I do need to get home though, because we still need to do a dog walk as well. But I should be off of my computer and logged off from my desk by about 8, maybe 7:30. And then I'll just chill out and kind of go to bed basically and just watch TV in bed for a bit. That's kind of my rough plan. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk through comp week, what we're doing, keeping stress levels down, getting ahead on work ahead of the weekend and everything as well will also be really important this week, so I don't have any stress going into comp. But overall, I'm feeling good. Body weight is doing what it needs to. Body is feeling pretty healthy. yeah, hamstring issue is feeling a lot better than it has been as well, even after doing SBD last night. So very happy with that. It is Tuesday evening. It is 6:15. I literally can't think right now. It is 6:45. 5 days out, feeling good. It is my heaviest bench session this week until comp. We have changed the structure for this week, so kind of tapering bench a little bit now. Instead of doing my usual 3-count triple, which last week was a double, this week it's a single. So I've got a 3-count single at RPE 7, a single at RPE 8, still 3-count, and then I've got a last and press set of 4. So I've been dropping the reps on that each week at an RPE of 7, and then 3x4 at a set percentage drop. I know roughly what I'm hoping to hit on those, but I'm not going to say them out loud. I will let you guys know at the end how I am feeling and how things went. And then I've still got accessories to do at the commercial gym after, but quite a reduced amount. So should be a pretty easy breezy night. I'm feeling in a really good mood. Like the sun was shining today. I've done 2 dog walks already today. I'm going to do another one this evening as well when we get back from the gym. My second dog walk though, I literally was in my trackies and a jumper and I was so warm. Like I didn't even need a jumper on. I could have just walked in a t-shirt. The sun was glaring on my skin the whole time. It was just super nice to get fresh air, to be in the sunlight, and it just put me in a really good mood. Nutrition wise today as well, I've been so busy that I've not even been thinking about food, which is very out of character for me. Usually I am thinking about food, especially with my calories being as low as they are. But this happens to me every time we get to comp week. Like, don't get me wrong, I cannot wait to just actually eat a decent sized meal, because my meals the last 7 weeks have been pretty small. Like obviously I've been bulking them up with vegetables and stuff as well as much as possible. But I haven't felt full in a long time, right? So I'm really looking forward to that. But we're on the last few days. I'm literally 5 days out. Like I know I'm going to be fine and I can make it through these last 5 days. I've got one more day tomorrow of eating normal and then the gut cut kicks in. And I think as soon as the gut cut kicks in, mentally, like I switch on, I'm like, okay, 3 days out, all fine. Weight will start dropping. Comp is nearly here. And then as soon as comp is done, we're back to normal. I did have a good chat with my coach yesterday evening / into this morning. We were kind of messaging a bit back and forth about how I've been feeling with my training. And I did tell him that I do feel like I'm kind of on the brink of burnout a little bit. I also did say to him, I do think that is related to the deficit. And I spoke about this in the last video. But I do think rationally, when I'm actually taking a step back, like the reason things haven't been feeling amazing is because I am depleted right now. Like up until like last week, my carbs, apart from 2 days a week, were like 165, 170 grams a day, which is not a lot for an 84 kilogram powerlifter who also is doing like 10K steps a day, well, more than 10K most days, who is training heavy 4 days a week. Like that's not enough for me, as well as just the fact that I'm just generally busy and all over the place anyway. So I'm feeling depleted, and that's obviously going to have an impact on my training. But a few positives he did point out, like I was really upset about my squats the last few sessions because they've just not been as strong as I know they can be. But as he pointed out, massive positives with my squat this last few weeks is since narrowing my stance a little bit more, I've also adjusted my grip on the bar as well, that I've been getting used to. Even when things are slowing down and heavier and moving harder, my positioning is staying so much more solid and everything is so much more stable. And with that, I feel more confident under the barbell, which is a massive win. So once we kind of adjust things in the program, he's going to make some tweaks and stuff next block to like my squat volume and how we're setting out my days. And I think we're going back to 2 days a week of squatting and stuff like that. I know that things will start feeling better, more so because I'll also be actually sitting at this body weight. And I think with that, and it's not just squats that have been affected, like bench at the weekend didn't feel incredible either. Deadlifts, to be fair, feel fine, but I am still learning sumo, so they're still gonna feel pretty good. I also think my leverages, now that I'm smaller, feel better across all 3 lifts as well. Like even on bench, I feel like I can get into a better position and everything. So in terms of leverages, great. The only thing is the lack of food. I've just been feeling depleted and my energy's been a bit lower, which makes complete sense, but it's also been a necessary evil at this point, right? And it's the last few days of it, so I'm not too stressed, because what my coach and I have kind of spoken about today is in my powerlifting coach. I haven't spoken to my nutrition coach about this yet. Basically, current plan, and as I've said every video, basically, I want to sit in my weight class this year. But I was speaking to my powerlifting coach about it, and actually, I think sitting about 85 to 86, maybe 86.5 in my heaviest phases is probably about right for me. Because like he said, you've never been nerfed by a weight cut. Like I've never actually been negatively impacted by a weight cut. I don't enjoy doing them, and I've done pretty aggressive ones, but they've never impacted my performance, not really. I always get the rehydration right, I'm always fine. I have that mental toughness to just kind of get on with it. And I do think he is right that actually for me to be my strongest self, this body weight probably is right. And he did agree that sitting closer to the class than I was is important, but potentially just kind of maintain here until All England's, and then I can decide what I want to do, is probably the right call. And that was kind of what I said to him as well. And I think I even mentioned it briefly in the last video that I was kind of thinking that. At the moment, I need a diet break regardless. And my nutrition coach has said this too. Like, we are, as soon as comp is done, we are just going to spend March kind of maintaining and just relaxing a little bit. Still focusing on obviously great quality food, fueling myself, maintaining body weight. So I'm not going to be suddenly in a surplus, but just having that, like, you know, that little bit more freedom will be really nice. And I definitely need that. And then I will decide towards the end of March what I want to do in terms of nutrition for All England's, whether I want to continue dieting down and sit in the class or whether I want to actually just maintain where we are, get in a groove of things. I can live a bit more freely and then do an acute cut, because realistically, that's probably the best option for me. And actually, I think over time, I probably will slowly sit heavier again anyway, because I am, in terms of my body, I feel my healthiest when I'm around 85 to 86 kilos. But I probably am in my strongest between 86 and 87. I think anything above 87, I start to feel pretty gross and my joints hurt quite, not hurt, but I don't feel as mobile in myself, I think is the best way to explain it. So that is kind of what we're thinking. But basically I had a really good chat with my coach, and I'm just being hard on myself. And he even said to me, he said when he had a coach previously, he was exactly the same as how I'm currently being. But like he said to me, if I had an athlete that had lost basically 5 kilos in the space of a training block, I would expect things to be a bit nerfed. And I was like, yeah, to be fair, you are right. And then I was like, they're not even that nerfed. I squatted 180 for a double the other day, which is off my best. My best is 180 for 5 a year ago. But like, I can still squat 180 for a double on week 3 of a training block. And if I had a week 4 and I was in the right environment, I would be loading up more for a double. So actually, when I take a step back and I think about it logically and put someone else in my position, I know that it's different. So I think that was just worth talking through. But I'm not going to talk too much because I don't want to make this video too long, and I want to crack on and get this session done. Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 넌 겨울. Yeah, yeah. 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 children. 꿈에도 I wasn't aware. 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해. 배신감이 들어 단판이 태도 머릿속을 흔들니 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop. 승부욕을 자극하는 style. Yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가. 안만 빠져버릴까. If you want me back, I'll tell you I'm sorry. I am very aware, and I've just said this to my coach, that I am currently living the I'm so done, I'm so back meme, because that went way better than expected. My goals for this session, I didn't want to say at the start of the video, just in case they didn't happen, were to hit 105 and then 110 for my 2 singles. I did 107 and 112 because it felt so good. And I had a moment when I was warming up, because I literally did 70, 90, 100. And I did 100 and I was like, you normally do a 3-count triple on this day. Last block, when I was in the middle of this deficit and my body weight had already dropped loads, I managed 105 for a triple still, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, just do 107 for a single, and then worst case, just do 110 after, or do 107 again. I needed that confidence boost ahead of comp on Sunday. Bench of the weekend did not go great. I did also have a really bad headache for my session on Sunday as well, so that obviously will have had an impact, as well as the fact that my body weight severely dipped Saturday, and then it stayed at that for Sunday and has kind of stayed around there since. But with that, my carbs weren't increased until Saturday. So before that, during the week, I was on 175 grams of carbs, whereas Saturday, Sunday, yesterday and today, I've been on like 230. And I think just having a few days of higher carb have also made a massive difference. And that was exactly the confidence boost I needed, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. My coach and I have kind of said 115 should be more than enough to guarantee the win, possibly even 112. I was sitting there thinking to myself today, maybe we just open at 107, go to 112, and then if I need 115, I'll do 115. Probably won't bother going for 117 unless the win is guaranteed by that point. Which is stupid, because last comp I opened at 112 and I felt like shit on that day, and it was not my strongest day at all. And I still benched 120. I feel better on bench today than I did 5-6 days out of that comp last year, at the end of last year. So yeah, I was basically talking myself into like out of doing my normal 110 to 115, because originally the plan was probably going to be 110, 115, and then 117 to 120, depending on how I feel, because that makes the most sense. I'm not being funny, I could open at 112, guys. Like, I'll be on the soft pad, I'll be in the right headspace, hopefully. Like, that was the confidence boost I needed, 100%, exactly what I needed. I'm still going to play it safe on Sunday. By the time this video comes out, I will have already competed. So my like Friday video this week will be my comp recap. But like, I only need to do what I need to do to win. That's my goal for this comp. It's not to PB. So being in a position where I'm like, okay, I could probably match my best. If not, like I could at least hit 117 pretty conservatively based on today and how I feel right now. I've got nothing to stress about. And the weight cut this week is going to be easier than it was for British, because for British, I was sitting over 86 a week out. Whereas now I'm literally 85 and a half. So we're in a good spot. That was exactly what I needed. I'm gonna go do my accessories, get those done, but I'm feeling super positive after that session.
If you want me back, I'll tell you stop trying.